overall story of Animal Farm, it seems like a story that is simply about the animals' rebellion against man on the farm. The plot is seemingly basic, and we see a story of rebellion on the farm unfold throughout the simple plot. Firstly, the animals are unhappy with their treatment and laborious life on the farm. Next, they hear Old Major's speech, which sparks the idea of rebellion against man for the animals. In addition, things go well, and they run Jones off the farm and establish their plans for their new life. Their plan goes downhill, and the animals start to go against each other and disobey the commandments of animalism. And finally, the story ends with the revelation that the animals made a loop that turned them back into their initial enemy, man. Without background information and the context of the story, we wouldn't know that it is actually deeper than a story of rebellion of animals on the farm. The story is in fact an allegory of the Russian Revolution of 1917. It can be interpreted by the readers to see that it reveals a hidden meaning that is usually a moral or political one. To make this story allegorical, each of the characters and parts of the setting represent an important person, place, or thing from the Russian Revolution. Some of the many examples of allegorical characters are Old Major, who represents Karl Marx or Vladimir Lenin. Similar to Karl Marx, Old Major delivers a speech of hope and revolution to his people regarding animalism, or communism, in the human world, then passes away before his idea could come into play. Next, Snowball represents Leon Trotsky. Like Leon Trotsky, Snowball attempts to lead communism against Napoleon, or Joseph Stalin. Also, as previously mentioned, Napoleon is an allegory of Joseph Stalin, who was the leader of communism and a dictator of the people of the Russian Revolution. Next, Boxer represents the working class during the Russian Revolution. He uses the motto, "I will work harder," which is found on page 29, which represents the hardworking individuals of the Russian Revolution. Squealer is an allegory of Vyacheslav Molotov, who was the protege of Stalin and head of communist propaganda during the Russian Revolution. Finally, Mr. Jones is an allegory of Tsar Nicholas II, who was a prince that lived in luxury while thousands of working peasants were forced to work and received bad treatment, similar to the animals and their treatment before Jones was run off the farm. Tsar Nicholas II was also removed from the throne, similar to Jones being run off the farm. These are only some of the characters who are allegorical symbols in the Book of Animal Farm. Overall, although Animal Farm may seem like a simple story of the rebellion of animals on a farm, it is actually an allegory since it represents a deeper political meaning or moral connecting directly to the Russian Revolution and the people and places involved.